guys, it's Sam, and today I'm going to talk about my most anticipated releases for the winter season. So I am filming this the same day as I'm filming my Vlogmas video, which will be coming up later in the month, for my most anticipated releases of 2021. So there'll be a little bit of overlap here because obviously January, February is going to be 2021 releases. But most of these are not repeats because some things make the seasonal anticipated list, but fewer books make the year-long most anticipated list, right? Because the competition is heavier in that case. So let's get into it. So we're talking about books being released in December, January, and February. Now I'm filming this back in November, so I could be reading this by the time this video goes up, or yeah. Anyway, I already have this book. And that is the only December release. That is December 1st with King of the Rising by Case and Callender. This is the second book in the Islands of Blood and Storm duology, the first book being The Queen of the Conquered. Queen of the Conquered was so unexpected and original feeling. I believe I have a review for the first book, so I'll link that on the screen for more details. But it is a Caribbean-inspired fantasy where it's talking about the racism in society and really tackles colonialism, and the main character in the first book is a woman who is a black woman in a position of power and the only one, but she's obviously not accepted by the white colonizers. She also is oppressing her black people, and she's just this very Slytherin-y type character. And then the character that's going to be the main character in this one is someone we meet in the first book, and we're kind of seeing how things are going. And I'm sure she's going to also be a part of this as well. I don't know if it's dual POV or just his POV, but anyway, looking very forward to this conclusion. Then we jump to January. The first release in January is January 5th, and that is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Now, I have yet to really love an Alexandra Bracken book, but I mean, look at this. You guys know that I really like Greek mythology. That's a fucking Medusa head. And I want to like this a lot. So in this world, every 7 years, this sort of competition starts, but basically 9 Greek gods have to walk the earth as mortals, and then people from an ancient bloodline are trying to kill them. Very Greek gods, Hunger Games, The Purge. This is taking place in New York City. Athena's involved. I don't know. I think, this could really go either way. I traditionally haven't liked Alexandra Bracken stuff, but I want to like this. Then on January 19th, we actually have a number of books. I was kind of surprised because we typically don't get a ton of winter releases. The first one is definitely going to make the most anticipated for the year list, so I'll talk about it again. But the first one is Winter Keep by Kristen Cashore. This is the next book in the Graceling Realm series. So Graceling and that whole trilogy is one of my favorite fantasy trilogies of all time. This is the next book in the series. Am I a little cautious? Because every series that has continued, in the last couple of years that were finished series are now continuing, have they been kind of crap to me? Yes. But I don't want Kristen Cashore to let me down. So this is taking place 4 years after the last book, which was Bitter Blue, and is obviously going to feature the characters from the series coming back around. That's what Kristen Cashore did so well, was in all the books, we had glimpses of the other characters and stuff, but not in a way that was beating over the head. She weaves together different timelines and places so well, so I'm hoping this is good. Then we have Enjoy the View by Sarah Morgenthaler, and this is actually in the Moose Springs, Alaska series, which is a series that I haven't read the second book yet because I'm reading it for Christmas. It's a Christmas book. But the first book was A Tourist Trap, and it's taking place in this Alaska town that is now a tourist location, and is stories of either the locals, people that go up all the time, frequent vacationers, new tourists, things like that. And this book is a Hollywood starlet that's up there as a tourist, and then one of the guys that we've seen before, he is he's this mountain man, right? All of the Alaska guys are these, this stereotype, but he is more of a woods guy than even the guy in the first book, who was just more of a curmudgeon. This guy is out in the forest doing stuff. So I am very excited about this. Hope it's good. Then also on that same day, we have We Free the Stars by Hafsa Faizal. This is the second book in the first book is We Hunt the Flames. I'm not sure of the name of the duology. And I really liked We Hunt the Flame. It is a desert road trip. They are going into this magical cursed place to find almost the font of magic. There's a ton of different characters, a ton of POVs. So if you are into those YA series with some cool magic and multiple different POVs and different people, not so much POVs because I don't think you follow all of their perspectives, but you follow the 2 perspectives, and then you have all these different people in the kind of crew that are unlikely allies. If you're into that dynamic, You're gonna like this. But I'm pretty excited for the last one. Like, this is a series that has actually held my attention enough to want to read the second book in it, which hasn't happened lately with like YA duologies for me. Then we have 2 books in February. The first book is coming out on February 2nd, and that is All the Tides of Fate by Adeline Grace. This is the second book in the duology for All the Stars and Teeth. And very similar to like the We Hunt the Flame kind of vibe. This was I think I recently did a review on it, so over the summer, so I'll link that on the screen. But this is a like island-inspired fantasy world. Everybody in the world from like a different island has a different kind of magic, and our main character has like, I think it's like bone magic or like necromancy, like one of those, you know, the kind of magic that I really like. And she's discovering a lot of things about the politics of the world and things, and is going on this like quest, and this is the second book in the duology. So I like this. Another one that's like kind of fun, like into the characters, into the dynamics. I like what's going on there, so this is one that I also want to finish up. And lastly, on February 16th, we have A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Now this is one that will not end up on my most anticipated of the year list. Actually, a few of these won't. Like the only one you're gonna see probably is Winterkeep. But this is one that I'm like, yeah, for this season, I'm kind of looking forward to this. So this is the 4th book. Well, technically 5th, I think, because like there was like a shorter novella-y type book. I don't even know what the halfway one, the Frost and Starlight one. But this is like technically the next major novel in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So this is basically Nesta and Cassian's book, it seems like. So I'm not like a huge Nessian shipper necessarily, but like I like it enough. And I am okay with dipping back into this world for this. I have still not read Frost and Starlight. I might not, because a lot of people said you could just kind of skip it, just kind of filler book, so we'll see. But I'm okay with getting back into it for like the major novels. I hated ACOTAR, I loved ACOMAF, ACOWAR, so we'll see how I feel about this one. But I'm completely willing for it to be like a trash favorite of mine. That is it for my most anticipated winter releases. Comment below, let me know some of yours, let me know if I like missed any that you think I'd be really into. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.